Agriculture is important to me because it produces most of the food and fiber for this great nation. It employs over 1 billion people and produces over $1 trillion in annual income. Agriculture is important to me because I was able to raise my family on the farm. I was raised on the farm. Agriculture has always been important to me, and it always will be.
Agriculture to me is important on a global scale because, and I like to say, the American farmer is feeding the world. And I'm proud to be a part of what I call that group of people who we get up and work hard every day to watch things grow, to raise our crops, to raise our animals, and getting on a more personal level, just the privilege of getting to get up and go out into God's world and to take care of the animals, to see a new baby calf born, to watch your corn come up and grow, and then to harvest that corn. It's just a way of life that I can't really imagine living any other way than out in the country. My children grew up on the farm. My grandchildren grow up on the farm. It's just a wonderful way of life. It's a wonderful way to bring up children. They learn responsibility that, quite frankly, other children don't have the opportunity to learn. So it's just a great surrounding, a great way to be in your surroundings that you've got to feel close to God. So that's primarily what agriculture means to me.
Agriculture is important to me because that's where I grew up as a child. When I came of accountability at 8 years old, my daddy was a sharecropper. And this is my business since 1975, and I bought this farm 1975, not too many years before that I got out of Vietnam. And I always wanted to be a part of nature. I wanted to be a part of the land. I just love to smell the soil when it's plowed and everything. I just like to see things grow. And farming is important to me right now because of all of the chemicals in the soil, and people need to eat healthy food and everything like that. And so I can contribute, maybe on a small scale, but nevertheless I can make a difference in the world and in Montgomery County, North Carolina, by farming and growing sustainable crops.
Agriculture is important to me because I feel the need to provide a wholesome, nutritious product, not only for my family, but for everybody that I can.
Agriculture means to me a tradition and history of a family living on this land and working the land. It's about passing down an opportunity to our children one day if they wish to come back to the farm. And also, as a female within agriculture, it's having little girls look up to me and know that they can follow their dream within the agriculture industry as well.
Agriculture is very important to me because it's a way of life. It's my family's way of life. My granddad, my dad, ourselves, and our children. We know that we are doing something that's very important. We're feeding the country, we're feeding the world, and we can do that with our families. We can be home every night. It's a great place to raise your kids, be involved in the community by giving people jobs and supporting local charities. So agriculture is our way of life.
Agriculture is important to me because it's been a huge part of my life from the time I was growing up as a boy. I grew my first tobacco crop when I was 8 years old. We no longer farm tobacco, but we've transitioned to beef cattle and hay. And it's been, like I said, it is my life. I've been involved with it in multiple aspects besides production on the farm. I've worked in agriculture and other industries my whole life, and I hope to have agriculture in my life till the day I die.
So the question is, what does agriculture mean to me? Right now what's on my mind about that is conservation and sustainability. There's been three generations on this farm, and all three have been able to make a living on it. And that comes from good stewardship, and there has to be a thought process there and a long-term plan to do that. That's something that we try to do here every day, and that's something we think about every day. You know, that's what's on our mind every day when we come here is how do we make better crops? How do we preserve the land? How do we make it sustainable? You know, that's something that's on our mind, and you know, we do a lot. We have a lot of practices for that. You know, no-till and grass waterways and many other things, and that's really important to us. And you know, we live right here in the shadow of Charlotte. We're about 20 miles away from the city limits, And we face that problem. My dad always used to say that a house is the land's final crop. And you know, what we do here is the exact opposite of that. It can go on indefinitely, what we do. It's completely renewable. And we want to make sure that that's something that we can do and pass on to the next generation.
Agriculture is important to me because it has supported my family, supported my community, and that's really why North Carolina Farm Bureau exists, to support agriculture. And so we do everything we can to help leaders, to help farmers, whether it's in Raleigh or Washington, D.C. or wherever we need to support them in their efforts to grow their food, but then grow food for their community and for the entire world.